Discussion with February 10, 2019. Polymer clay delivery survey to marketing, the aftermath. Now, before I have to talk with the discussion of February 10, and I would like to say something first. I recently just uploading from the videos on the video vlogs since worth it 2018, and I just was going to the discover to the 2018 year of the archive, and I'm going to have to afterwards just towards to 2019 as provides to the next few weekends and months, and I just proceed to be that gonna be the videos, the archive, previously since 2018 discussion, and which is just gonna talk of the discussion, the topics of where the tragedy events is going, the video vlogs. Some people like the videos and some people don't. And I would like to say thank you for all of your views, and with the years predicted to the archive is this year, the moderate. Anyways, let's continue with discussion. On the way back to early 2019, this section is to be aware of the comments that predates polymer clay, and it's responsive to be the Thai autism group associated they wanted to the owner's delivery to servant, so on. And this is going to be just generally to 2019 I starting out to make the polymer clay. One thing is have the polymer clay is have the product is called originally called happy clay. It's a happy clay instead. It has instead as originally the names of product. As product is size, it have the with the upper cell to be the shell, and this divide to be has a polymer clay. Some kinds of clays to be have to make the polymer clay to make the as happy little things, and happy little animals, and happy little flowers. I guess I just made though. Onto this back generally, I decided to have the works to the polymer clay. They wanted to deliberately to serve it to anyone to people wanted the polymer clay. This is made by myself and James family to force to me, and this takes a while. This polymer clay, and even much more of it does for hours. The period work. First, sometimes it's sitting on the long to other take a while. That's realized as its details have the unrealized. It's a Burnley to be the torch right after it to be that the tiles is a group associated that they wanted to market it apart with Happy Clay by James as originally named, and I just have the James Taylor clay model project called the Joy of a Polymer clay, as I call it, the Joy of a Polymer clay. It has a clay model inspired style for myself as of this period. And this period takes oblivious here right now, and it's tedious to be, and it did not go along. Sometimes it's going and get into it, have to get into it, just sitting it takes a while for long periods. It's works clay just hard with some time. That's and this is where I was supposed was polymer clay as a built as is refilled as a pencil has supermarket, and I wonder I just broke into it, which is thought as it takes period into the 7-8 hour section has I think a new as a family forced to me, it have takes I think a while. And sitting on the whiles it have to sitting and gonna do as a what is it has what is the hard work to believe this be as marketed though. And as unrealized as that I couldn't get up and has to sit takes us too long. If I just sit too long for a while, it has just takes a bit of pieces to the polymer clay, and this anomalous to be this common to pre-day. The pre-days is not as much special as it is a processing to amount our this clay model. Pull off that sometime his hobbies are still going and is right with ask it to the family. Although they have to, I want to have to believe, and I just wanted to try to keep that continue alive with arts and animations, for stuff, and the stop motion animations and the sculpture, and this does have a sit taking a bit of while, and this while it takes to comfortable to it's difficult as unattempted to be the uncomfortable for that comfortable. As offered that it's still going work with clay models, and afterwards whatever they do so it takes with the family, and it takes hard work to be harder than that times have 24 hours is straight as have some time. As I believe it to get up there, so no bed, no nothing else, and such to be the clay models is usually it takes a while to have that sometimes it has no bed, no sleeping, no computer, no making stop motion animation, no drawing, no art animation, that this stuff. If the TV is to be no going anywhere else, and no going bicycle, no going swimming as opposed to sometime, that's unacceptable. As it makes it hard. It's hard to do. And afterwards on the February 9th and 10th, as my family just went on meeting center, and I just phoned, so I've called my step grandmothers about the which is sort of a marketing delivery that Happy Clay instead of original name of Happy Clay, and as it makes the product it just has some time, and afterwards though with the M and then the M family to the Bundock. At the end of the day's period, on the February 10th, at the meeting center of the hotel, they got out from the release, and they had to have to ready into it for as a cash of payers of float. As a floating into it, they have to be ready as to be that everything is got to be had a last of February the day period that as it's going to be just as it's still going to the market is with consumers as customers that the god is token them had to take the polymer clay. It says everything is always is keep it, anything is really have pretty good so some time, and then afterwards as February it goes, and the meeting center, and they got out there this meeting center hotel, and they got released. They got released already. And the Modocs also had it has cost of 760% of unit. 760% of unit. That's a unit document. See. That's as I starting lines they're drawing it here as a piece of paper now. The aftermath is though, and I've forgotten to for unrealized to have make the video. So as I came right here as a back home, and I have got continued have still with art this apartment still going. Is it takes oblivious as is take oblivious to stress me just grumbling that's the only reason I've got obliviously as just comfortable to make clay model, and the market is as they got released. It's just something is big happened, and soon it's getting hard time works and hard times stay forever just as living in hell and blah blah blah. So and yeah, nothing else to do so special, and I did realize it's just something has happened to be to this period. This period is as objections have still going. That's a hard work to do. Those are something a big reason that to get the past that in additional development of this apartment sometime, and I just go along to stay in this apartment to solo myself. So. And that is the discussion, and that's all pretty much to say. And I would like to say thank you. Your views, you're responsive, your comments, you're greatly appreciated to discussion. And I was just going to move along to the next forward plan is sometime in this Mavrint future plans, but it's not today. Tomorrow it is not today. So there you have it. This is the aftermath, the polymer clay delivery servant to hard work to we get a go have sometimes, and hopefully confess to be the really best.